Commander ZYX Thala's crystalline appendages trembled as she reviewed the impossible data streaming across her bioluminescent display. The readings had to be corrupted. No species could survive the crucible of eternal torment in less than a standard century. It was literally designed to be impossible. Sir, her aide, Lieutenant Vexnari, whispered through his translator implant, they've reached checkpoint 7. ZYX Thala's 3 hearts skipped synchronized beats. Checkpoint 7. In 18 hours. The previous record holder, the notoriously resilient Krothak warrior monks, had taken 47 years to reach that point, and half of them had died in the process. The survival course had been established by the Galactic Safety Council after too many species had been lost to preventable deaths during routine space exploration. The Crucible simulated every known hostile environment in the galaxy. Radiation storms that could melt duralloy, gravity wells that crushed carbon-based life forms, temperature extremes that sublimated most known materials, and predatory ecosystems that had evolved specifically to consume organic matter. The course was meant to be taken slowly, carefully, with proper preparation between each phase. Most species spent decades just preparing for the first challenge, the void wastes of Kepler 442b, where the very air was a cocktail of sulfuric acid and methane. But the humans had walked in wearing nothing but their standard-issue environmental suits and started enjoying themselves. "Pull up the footage from Sector 12, ZYX Thala commanded, her voice tight with disbelief. The holographic display shimmered to life, showing a barren Hell's Cape where temperatures fluctuated between absolute zero and plasma hot within minutes. The humans, there were only 12 of them, led by someone called Sergeant Rodriguez, were not just surviving. They were thriving. One human, a female specimen with the designation Chin, had improvised shelter using nothing but crystallized atmospheric gases and what appeared to be her own body heat. Another, Johnson, had somehow convinced the indigenous crystalline predators to hunt for him by mimicking their mating calls. How is this possible? Vexnari asked, his bioluminescent patches flickering with anxiety. The psychological evaluation alone should have rendered them catatonic. The fear index readings were off the charts. ZYX Thala zoomed in on Sergeant Rodriguez, who was currently wrestling with a 6-meter-tall slug creature that secreted neurotoxins. Instead of dying horribly, the human appeared to be laughing. "Audio enhancement," she ordered. "Just like that camping trip in Australia." Rodriguez grunted, flipping the creature over his shoulder. "Remember the drop bears, Chin?" "At least those were only trying to eat us," Chin replied cheerfully, freezing another slug with her improvised cryocannon. "These guys are just playing hard to get." The viewing chamber fell silent. ZYX Thala's aide fainted, his gaseous form dissipating into the ventilation system. "Commander," came a voice from the communication array, "the humans are requesting permission to skip ahead to the final challenge. They say they're getting bored." ZYX Thala's third heart stopped entirely. The final challenge. The Omega Protocol. It was designed to test species against the most dangerous known environment in the galaxy, a simulation of their own homeworld, Earth. "Absolutely not," she managed to croak. "Nothing could survive that death trap. The atmospheric pressure alone would crush them. The radiation from their own star would cook them. And don't even get me started on the indigenous life forms." "Sir," her communications officer replied hesitantly, "they say they're homesick." As if summoned by cosmic irony, Rodriguez's voice crackled through the comm system. "Hey, Space Command. This is fun and all. But when do we get to the hard part?" Johnson brought his surfboard and everything. ZYX Thala stared at the display showing 12 humans casually strolling through a hellscape that had been designed to challenge the strongest species in the galaxy over the course of a century. They were having a picnic. She reached for her resignation forms. Some mysteries were too terrifying to contemplate. Behind her, the scoreboard updated. Human completion time: 23 hours, 47 minutes. The previous record disappeared. Ashamed.